Did you ever hit a quarterback in your career where you thought you maybe killed him?
I can't say I have. That would feel so good. But no, they protect them so well. That'd probably be a hefty fine if I did think the guy was dead.
The boys here said you Kirk Herbstreit whenever you were a sophomore in high school, whenever the alumni game happened where the people who graduated from Centerville High School would come back and play in a full padded scrimmage, even up to the ages of 30, against the high school football team. And Kirk Herbstreit, who went to your high school, was the quarterback, and he was like 30 years old at the time. And you went ahead and hit an illegal CTE shot to his chin, retired him and the game in the same thing. You didn't think at that point you potentially killed the voice of college football at that time?
So first off, this was like going into my sophomore year in high school, so there's no helmet-to-helmet rules back then.
Jeez. Okay.
Dr. Will Smith hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, back then, I would have got annihilated by my coaches, everybody, if I didn't get Kirk on the ground. And with the angle I was at, his chin, jaw combo, neck just happened to be right there in my sights.
How old are you, 13? 14 years old? How old are you at that point where you're trying to assassinate a man?
I was 14, I believe.
Yeah, the jaw was the same.
How hard was that whenever the rules did change, by the way? Because you hear old school coaches, defensive-minded coaches, they go, hey, you don't just tackle the guy to the ground. You tackle him through the ground. And then all of a sudden football changed one day. Everything just changed. The NFL was like, hey, we're launching an initiative called Heads Up Football. Those are in the NFL. What we used to lead into commercial breaks and come out of commercial breaks with as highlights, these monster hits, we used to sponsor actual segments that were about people getting head-to-head shots and killing people. I want to let you know, now you'll get fined $200,000 if you do any of that. Change the way you play football your entire life. You're going to have to do it or you're going to get run out of town. What was that like, that change, that transition into a strike zone as opposed to hey, get the guy on the ground, and if you do knock him out, when everybody used to celebrate for it, now you will get fined for it immensely. Was that a tough, difficult thing to change?
Yeah, I don't know the years that all the different rules went into effect, but I came in the league in 2006, and I do remember the shift when it started to where, hey, they're starting to fine people for if you hit a guy too high or whatever, but they weren't throwing flags. So when they were just fining you, you're like, yeah, this sucks, but I'm not going to change the way how I play until it gets really out of hand, I guess. When they started throwing flags when guys would have those questionable hits on the quarterback and it would give them a first down, it's 3rd and long or something, and you're in a tight game and it gives them an automatic first down, that's when I started to really take notice. I'm like, oh, okay, now you can't just hurt yourself individually in your bank account. You can hurt your team by giving them first downs and extended drives. That's when I think it kind of made the shift.
Was it hard, though? Was it hard to change that from always leading with your literally being taught, hey, you take the crown of your helmet and you go right under their chin? Like I am the punter, the kicker. Nobody has ever really taught me how to tackle, but there's been a couple coaches who have told me what they would like me to do, and I've been told and have heard many coaches say throughout my football career, you take the crown of your helmet right here and you put it right under their chin right there. You go ahead and send a message if you have to. And I'm like, yeah, you got it. I'm going to fuck. Well, first of all, I'm going to try not to get run over, but if I do get a chance to lay a shot on somebody, which is low, I will try to take their head off. I will try my best. And then it changed completely. It was like, hey, remember, heads up now when you're going with the shoulder, lean with the shoulder. And guys started double guessing and thinking of what they were doing. And then it almost became even more dangerous because guys were taking out people's knees. That was quite a transition process there. But I think we're at the point now where everybody that's in the league, basically, or majority of people that are in the league, they played high school with the heads up football rules and everything like that. But it was a little bit of a process there where you old killers had to really transition into new players.
Well, safeties, the ones guys that are running full speed 20 yards across the field, and they have to somehow adjust their strike zone when they're just trying to find a way either to get the guy down or to get a PBU. That's what I think was so tough for those guys. And then, of course, guys rushing the quarterback. What are you supposed to do? If you work so hard, you finally get there. How do I find a way to get him down and not get a flag thrown?
Clay Matthews. Clay Matthews got 7 flags thrown.
For 3 weeks.
Game was over. They tied because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Happened again in overtime. Happened at the end of regulation and then again in overtime.